Alright, so here we are at the top of some Egyptian ruins here, and today we're going to learn how to use the spear. So the spear I pretty much gravitated to because it was powerful, it had a great reach, and it was a little bit cumbersome. So what can you do with it? So when you have people lined up where there's no left or right, like on this pillar, imagine a bunch of people coming at it, right? Spear is highly effective. You just keep going like this and you pummel, and no one can really do much against you unless you block. So what are the actual main commands you have for any weapon system? So for some reason it took me long to get L1. You don't need to keep holding to get it going. So what I mean is if you just hit it once, he automatically does it. Right? So it gives the big camera angle shift, and you're able to kind of see more directly in front of you. Now actually with the spear, that's not to your advantage, and here's why. So most of the time you have an R2 straight up. R1 is your kind of big range attack. And what motions do you have for this? You have front, you have up left, up right, side left, back, back left, back right. And when you have all those different angles, it's really easy to use the spear with R1 because you just hit everything. However, it's just not powerful. What's powerful is the main sort of just big shaft thrust, and you have so much range with it that you can hit anything and actually multiple things at once if they're lined up properly. So my favorite move with the spear right now is a square R2. Okay, it's such a powerful hit and you cover so much ground. So I can start it from back here and still be very easily hit something at the end of this. Right, so you have a lot of room. Look at this. I mean, he covers all this room in that automatic method. Right, so it's, you know, 2 or 3 people, actually about 3 people long. It's a big square hit. So a good combo you can kind of fool around with is where you square R1, square R2. Right, so that gets everyone's attention, and then you hone in on one guy. Alright, so that's kind of the tutorial for spear when you have people lined up. But of course, the thing with the spear is, what if you have multiple people around? So the control system for this game is pretty good. I actually put the sensitivity for my x-axis a little bit down because this helps with all the different points that you can strike at with a spear. Right, so to do that, if you go to your menu, you look at your options, and you go to, let's see their gameplay. No, controls. Alright, so you can see I have the sensitivity down a couple notches here. I put it on 3 because x-axis is your left and your right. Right, y-axis is sort of your up and down. So this helped me become more finite when I do a strike to the left or the right. If it's too sensitive, it could go to the top right or the bottom left. So for me, that worked. So how do you kind of train it, right? A good thing is actually just like have 2 pillars. Actually have 3 targets: left, right, and then a forward. And you're satisfied, you get that big hit, and you know you actually hit something, right? Whereas if I was here, that's a miss, right? So you do a left, a right, and a forward. And even that was a miss, right? So it's highly sensitive. And a good angle to kind of get it down with is bring it above, okay? So bring it above the guy, you can get a better sense of where you're trying to hit. Next up, for the actual square move, I think it's good to see how much ground you can cover. And for that, you can just kind of attack these, right? So you see how much move, and it really solidifies the actual command of the move in your brain, and how varied it can be. I mean, you can basically dance around different objects and get a good sense of your range. Right? So spear is a highly effective weapon. If you are having trouble with other weapons because they don't have power and they don't have reach, then spear is what you want to get. And next we'll kind of, I think the big secret next to learn this game is how to use double weapons. What that means is the immediate change to a different weapon system. Right? So kind of going back and forth and customizing it to different enemy types. Right? So what does that mean? Well, if you're against a heavy and 2 lights, you probably want to mix it up a little bit. Right? And so that'll be the next video, guys, but I hope you enjoyed, and please leave some feedback. Thanks.